In this world of constant stimulation, it's hard not to feel overwhelmed. Now, I'm willing to bet that most of us, myself included, have become addicts, whether we like it or not. A good example are smartphones. It's the pinnacle of human engineering. It's also the perfect device for trapping us. Nowadays, we're so in touch with everything that's going on. We all know about that adult film actress that slept with over 1,000 people. We also know about movie spoilers before the movies even come out. We're so mentally aware of everything that's going on at the moment. What used to be learned casually over a coffee at work will be the first thing you see when you open your newsfeed. It's not even news that we want to consume. It's most of the time news that we wish we could unhear. In truth, these social media platforms are here to manipulate us. It's all part of the algorithm to get people to click, to watch videos. It was actually found in a recent study that these platforms actually use the same neural pathways that slot machines and cocaine use in order to get us hooked, which is take that in for 1 second. It couldn't be clearer now. Our ability to be out of the loop now is simply non-existent. It just doesn't work. It's kind of a really horrible thing that this is actually what we are training the future generations to accept. Now, you're probably expecting me to tell you that you shouldn't be doing these things, they're all wrong. Well, the answer is a bit more nuanced than that. Now, let's talk about dopamine. Now, dopamine is the feel-good chemical, as we know. It's the reason why you can't stop at one Pringle when you've got an entire can. It's the reason why you can spend 20 minutes scrolling TikTok and not even realize you've actually done it. But dopamine makes us believe that if we keep engaging with the behaviors that trigger it, we'll get the same feeling over and over again. And it's an addictive loop to be stuck in. Now, the problem isn't that dopamine shouldn't exist. It absolutely should exist. But the main issue is how it distracts us. Do you know that the average attention span has gone down from 12 seconds to, I think it's around like 8.25, something like that? That's less than the attention span of a goldfish. A fucking goldfish has got more attention span than us. With our exposure to all these like really quick dopamine hits, it's no wonder that we can't concentrate and we can't focus most of the time. If you've got too much of it, it can be quite a dark place to go down into. Very high anxiety, restlessness, insomnia, even hallucinations, no drugs necessary. It's no wonder with the abundance of all these dopamine hits that we're getting on a day-to-day basis that we just can't focus anymore. There's just no focus. It doesn't happen. However, dopamine isn't all bad though. It's usually triggered because we've had a good experience with something and we want it to continue. It can actually be triggered by things that are good for us, and we all need to try these activities in our lives, such as the novelty of trying things for the first time. It can be triggered by mastery and achievement. This is where you overcome a challenge or an obstacle. Like if anyone's played Dark Souls or Elden Ring, like beating that ultra difficult boss. If you're a gamer, you know what I'm talking about. It can also be triggered when you spend time with friends or partners or people that you've got a connection with, like your family. It can also be triggered by physical activity, art and music, trying to anticipate something and getting excited about it. Dopamine also comes into play when we're just being in the moment. This happens when you're practicing mindfulness or meditation. There's lots of healthy ways to enjoy dopamine. However, not having enough dopamine can be a problem in and of itself. Dopamine depletion can result in mood swings, an inability to focus, cognitive troubles. This more or less happens when unhealthy food is consumed quite frequently or through frequent drug taking. I remember watching this Seth Rogen interview where he was talking about why he smokes as much weed as he does. And he explains it as,
weed's actually natural. That is part of my premise, is no human is quite cut out for this world. Everyone has things they use to make their lives livable.
Now, we all find ways to cope with certain things, but the problem happens when we limit ourselves to too few options. Now, it's usually these overwhelming dopamine-centered activities and behaviors that just end up leaving us drained. Now, here's the kicker. Dopamine is essential for having a fulfilled life. But rather than looking at it as a crutch, we should be using it as a tool to help improve ourselves. Take, for example, social media. Like, social media, a lot of the time, it gets vilified. Say, for instance, you've got like a really hard project that's coming up or like a fitness goal, and you post about it on social media. By Having some form of feedback through likes and comments and people interacting with what you posted, that makes you feel good. So there's a reward for doing something hard by having something to show for it. And it's good having people support you when you're doing something difficult. Now, with reference of how habits are created, it usually starts with a cue, then goes through a routine, which is what establishes a reward. It's what makes all the boring discipline all that more worthwhile. Now, in this age of overstimulation and technology, it's very easy to feel just drained and depleted. I know for sure, I've been there so many times. And we know deep down that the feel-good stuff just doesn't hit right anymore. But the solution isn't to abandon everything, but is about having a good balance. The tools we have available, they can either drain us or they can completely empower us. Anyway, guys, that is it. Please let me know your thoughts. And is there anything that you do to kind of detach yourself from technology or overstimulation? I'd love to hear what you have to say. Comment below, let me know. Anyway, guys, if you like that, you know what to do.